Hi girls, welcome to this contouring video. Today we're going to talk about all the different face shapes that are out there and how to contour them. So we're going to start off by looking through each and every shape here. Now there are 6 out here, but that doesn't mean that you're just one face shape. It can mean that you're a combination between this one and that one, or maybe a square versus a diamond. It's like me myself, I'm also a combination of 2 different face shapes actually. Last couple of years my face does intend to go a little bit more diamond than heart, but yeah, I actually am a combination between these 2. To clarify something real quick, and it's not that one is better than the other, like oh my god you need to be a heart to be, no, like everybody is beautiful in their own way, and what we're really looking at is just to clarify which face shape you are, so you know how to contour your face for your type of face shape. Okay, so now up my chest, so you can really like look in the mirror, just grab a mirror and just, you know, start looking at the features of your own face. I'm gonna start off with the oval face. Oval face, as you can see, is in an oval shape, but it's not necessarily that it has to be exactly like this. Sometimes people have a little bit more chin on the end, you know, but the most likely it's like an oval face shape, so no hard features that are sticking out. For example, at the square one they have like a strong draw line, and but with the oval face you don't really have it. You're like more in a rounder shape, a little bit of the cheek area, but overall like draw line is kind of round shaped as well. The forehead can be a little bit like this distance can be a little bit wider than the you know, the draw area down here. I've learned all of this in Dutch, so for me it's really hard to translate it to English, because in other subjects I talk a lot of English, but in makeup wise I'm just used to so much Dutch. So I'm trying to find the right words to say, but bear with me, I probably will get better over time. Up next we're going to the long face. So where you were looking at is it's like a longer face, but why? It's because there's more space above the eyebrow area up until the hairline. I don't think the hairline starts all the way here. I think it's more down here somewhere, but it's like a longer disc, so more of a higher forehead. As well, underneath the lips you have like a lot of distance. You can see the difference between the oval and the long version. It's like a longer, everything is just has more, it's more like longer shaped. Yeah, like as well with the draw, like you don't really have any hard features, not even the cheekbone area. It's more just all very round and flowing situation going on, and yeah, just a longer face shape. But you know, there's just some different techniques how you can like make your forehead maybe look a little bit smaller or something. But like I said, everybody is beautiful in their own way, so I love big foreheads. I don't know, it's maybe an obsession, but I really do love that. Okay, now we're going to talk about the round face. So you would think that there are really, it's just a rounder shape, but they come in a lot of different ways where you can what you can see with the round face is that it's very alike. Like the distance between here and here is almost similar. As well, yeah, I don't have any areas where it really goes in. Like for example with like the diamond, you can see it comes in here and it goes in right here. You see, or here with the heart face shape, you have like an area where, you know, it goes in. With the round face, you don't really have that. So it's just like a round, everything is round, and it's like almost a similar distance. But as well, with the round face shape, the distance between this area and here is most likely this almost the same distance from the chin to the hairline area. So there, you know, with that you can really see, okay, I have a more round shaped face. I love a round shaped face because you can really go in with that contour. Like you can make such a big difference And yeah, that's what I really love about round face shapes. And they always look so young because, you know, they have so, I don't know, it's like a, yeah, I really love that. As well, like you, yeah, no strong draw line area. It is like pretty white-ish over here. Because it doesn't go in, it doesn't really look like it's a strong feature. But you can really definitely, with some contouring, use that as well. Like I will explain that later on in this video to you guys. Yeah, so that's more for the round face shape. So just look at the distance between here and here, and just look if this is like similar to this. And yeah, just all those type of little things you can see, like, okay, I'm in a more round shape area. Next up is the square face. So like I said, at the oval part, there is a strong draw line feature going on. And as well, maybe even in the forehead area, it's like this part of the face, it can go in a little bit and then goes out, but this is most likely kind of straight right up until the draw area, and yeah, then it goes in. It just goes in, and most likely have a strong chin as well, just like the heart actually. But that's really nice, like, as well. It's like you can work with this. For me, for example, as a makeup artist, I love working with strong features. A lot of women don't really love the strong draw line because when you wear a lot of makeup, they feel like they're a little bit manly. Like, personally, I don't really think that, but I do know a lot of women with like strong draw lines and like a square shaped face, and they're like, yeah, but if I wear too much makeup, I look like a man. So because it's most likely like men have always, like, most men have like strong draw line sorry, features. Up next is the heart shape. Now with the heart shape, it comes in a lot of different ways, but most likely the heart shape comes from the hairline area. It comes out right here like a heart, the beginning of a heart shape. It's always like it's always hidden in the hairline area. But as well, if you're a combination of diamond and a heart, diamond also has a strong hairline, like in their own way. Like it comes out here, goes back in here. I have that myself, so, but there are a lot of ways to cover that up, so that's all good. By the way, if you like that, that's all good as well. Okay, so the heart-shaped face. Yeah, like I said, it starts with a hairline. That's where you can spot it. But also, like, you see that the face shape has a lot of different positions. Like the face, but you can see, like, it starts with the hairline actually. But because these people they don't have hair, so you can't really see it, but I'll show you in another picture just later on. Yeah, and also the features, they're just like some strong points and some more points when there goes more inwards, as you can see, and then it comes back out again, and as well strong chin area. And yeah, so that's like more the heart version. Look at the hairline. Also look if there's a place, because it's a difference between heart and diamond, like around the cheek area, like around here as well. You can really see, like, this goes out and this goes more in, comes back out at the cheekbones. Maybe even a little bit on the cheekbones. Depends, really depends. Like, there are so many different heart-shaped faces. It's not like, oh my god, I'm completely the same as the person next to me, you know. It doesn't work like that. But, you know, overall you can see, like, oh my, I have more of a long shaped face, or I have more of a rounder shaped face, or whoa, I have, like, you know, strong draw line areas. But it doesn't mean that if you're on chin area that you're automatically a heart. You can also be more an oval plate person and have, like, you know, more round shaped forehead. Also your hairline is more round, but you have a strong chin, you know. It's you can be both. But let's just stick to these 6 because otherwise I'll be here all night. So next up, we're going to talk about the contouring. That means that I'll go every face shape separately and really talk about, okay, this you need to shadow, here you need to light it up a little bit more. So, you know, all of that. And if you have any questions about what kind of face shape you are or anything related to this part, please leave it in a comment down here below. Yeah, let's get to it. First off is the oval face. Well, like we talked about before, it's like there are not really a lot of strong features. It's more like a rounder face shape. It's not as wide as a rounder face shape. It has more length to it as well. But yeah, you have a little bit of a stronger feature over here, but not really that strong. So what we want to do with the shadow, so we're going to create some depth to the face. That's what we're trying to do with some contouring. So what you want to do is create more of, yeah, more features to the face. So we're going to create a little bit more draw line. How we're going to do that is by creating a little bit shadow over here. That means it's going to go inwards. So yeah, if wherever we put light and this to the face, it comes more out. So for example, you know, like the cheek area and stuff, we want that to pop in. So we're gonna use like lighter, or we have like dark circles underneath the eyes and it goes inward. So we lighten it up to give the illusion that it comes out forward. So that's what exact the opposite we're gonna do with the shadow part of it, like the shadowing. So for example, if you put a shadow around the draw line, that means that it gives the illusion that it's more inwards. So it gives you more of a stronger feature towards the chin. You can even like light up the chin a little bit over here in this area. So give more power to that shadow. Next up are the cheekbone area, but they're most like under it. So it doesn't mean like you're gonna necessarily really go in with a harsh line. I mean, if you want to, you know, give it a lot of strength, or, you know, to it, put a lot of strength to the contouring, then of course, like, use a stronger line just underneath the cheekbone, and maybe even light it up underneath that, maybe even light it up over here, so you give that more strength. Like, because you're lighting this part up and you're darkening this part, by lighting this part up, you give that more strength even. You can also just go for an easy bronzer that are two shades darker than your foundation, and just very naturally go over it. You know, just this area and this area, just to create a little bit more shadow to it. I do recommend to add more shadow to the hairline. You can decide if you want to do it in the upper part or like the down below, because as you can see over here on this picture, see, has quite a lot of room going on here. Like, there's a wide area. So by adding a little bit shadow to this area, you automatically give the illusion that this is maybe even with this part, without the shadows, of course, because you're gonna add some shadow over here. Or there's just like the focus is more in the inner part of the face. Then you give that more strength. You give the shadow more strength. So don't go with the orange color. It really looks so orange when it's really not that orange, I promise you guys, like off camera. But it's my camera though, he's like loving it right now. Yeah, so that's up for the oval face shape. So you can like decide whatever you want to do. You can go all the way in, like on a special day or for a photo shoot, to create more you know, features to the face. When you're using a lot of light, or when you're at a photo shoot or anything, it can make your face look flat. It just does. And by creating shadowness and stuff around the face, you create more depth, and you don't really see it in the picture. But if you don't do it, you will see that you didn't do it, because you get more of a flat face. So that's why I recommend, for example, for a, I don't know, like a photo shoot in a somewhere, or you have like a special day coming up or a special party with a lot of flashlights and stuff, then yeah, definitely try this out once. Also, if you just want to do a daily routine, just apply foundation to your full face and then go in with some translucent powder or anything to really, you know, take it off. You don't really need to add a lot of powder, just a little bit powder, and then go in with a nice bronzer powder that's like I said, 2 shades darker than your own foundation, so you create a little bit shadow around here. And trust me, when you do it with the powder, or first with the cream and then with the powder, that's also an option. But when you only use a powder, and for example you use a little bit more here, so you can use some contouring powder from there and just add some bronzer around the hairline, around the jawline, you know, then you create that already in a very natural way. But as well, you can just remove this for the day. You can just be you, do you, and then maybe for a photo shoot try this out once, just to see the difference as well. Yeah, so that's all for the oval. If you have any questions about the oval face shape, please put it down here. Okay. Next up is the long face shape. So that's the second one on this one. The thing is that you have more room, like you have more space going on with both the eyebrows to the hairline and underneath the lips to the chin area. You have more space going on. I'm going to start at the chin area and the jawline area by darkening things up, that it gives the illusion that it's smaller, it's longer. Yeah, so what I did here is I created a shadow around the jawline, a little bit up as well, slightly like around the chin area, because you want to give the illusion that it's less long. And as well, around the hairline, you want to do the same thing. You don't want to really go in ham like over here as well. Don't really, just keep it focused on around the hairline area, because otherwise you're gonna make it look smaller and then automatically it looks longer again. So we will create some shadowness around the cheek area, give it more of a feature, like a stronger face feature. So we give the illusion it goes in here, it goes out again, comes back here. You know, you give the illusion of a stronger face feature. Like I said with the oval part, especially like for example, when you're going to a photo shoot or any place, then your face can look flatter because of all the light that's coming in. So like I said, we'll not really see it on the picture that you added shadowness, but you will see it when you don't add it. So when you didn't apply any shadowness or any bronzer or any shape contouring, then with all the lights and the flitzes and everything, you will have it will give you the illusion on the picture that your face is more flat. So you want to add some bronzer, maybe like you can use like a high-end or you know, a drugstore contour palette with like a dark color into it. What you can also do is just use a bronzer 2 shades darker than your own face in a natural way. So if you want to do this daily, then I really would recommend, like, you know, a nice translucent powder, OBF foundation, and then add some bronzer. Just add some shadows to the face. Okay guys, so this is it for the long face shape. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section down here below and I will get back to you guys real quick. Next up is a round face shape. So if you ended up in this section, then welcome. You have a very round face shape, so that means that there are no strong features, no strong like cheekbones or chin area or dry area, but like we can most definitely create a little bit more of an illusion of stronger features. Okay, so how do we create that? Well, first of all, with around the face shape, it's all a lot of like even proportions. So this can be the same length as this. You don't necessarily have that much more like chin area than forehead area, but if you are a combination of another face shape, then maybe you do have a little bit more room here than here, but most overall sorry, you just have like a lot of even proportions in your face. What I don't recommend is creating the idea of a smaller face. don't. So that means in the length area, we're not gonna create, you know, shadows, because we want all of that length. The more length, the better. In shadows, you can do that in a couple ways. So you can use, for example, high-end or drugstore contour palette, cream palette with, you know, darker shades. I would recommend to use like 2 or maybe even 3, depends on your skin tone, of course, shades darker than your own foundation. Around this area, you want to create like a feature. So we're going to create the illusion that it goes more, a little bit more in over here. Just add a little bit darkness over here, and you can by creating a stronger line on just underneath the cheekbone area, a lot of dark, like a lot of shadows. And even you can even light up this area to give this more strength, because making things lighter than your own, like for example your foundation, you create more room. So you can even do, you know, a lighter line underneath the contouring or above the area, so give the cheekbone area more strength. Okay, this is all flat because it's like a picture. So, but we all know a draw line, you know, it comes in, it's like 3D, of course. It's not flat. So go around it and really create some shadow up until the point where you normally have like a chin area starting. So really go shadow that in, just, you know, warm it up and create that shadow over here. You can even light this area up, like I said before, create some more lightning, so it gives the illusion that this comes more forward. You have like some dark circles, really just underneath the eyelid area. Don't go in too hard, especially when you have like a dry skin type. Then, you know, you can use, like, it can accentuate like the fine lines and everything. You don't want that, girl. So start up here and really go down here. It's all good. You just, as long as you stay away from this area, like where we trying to give the illusion of the features, then you can really just light it up and really just use like a lot of space. It really is all really good for you for this type of face shape. I hope this was helpful for the people with a round face shape. Okay guys, going on to the next one. So if you guys just tuned in because only want to see the square face, then of course, welcome. I talked about certain things at the oval, long and round face shapes part of this video, so I'm just gonna repeat that. So sorry if you already heard it like 3 times, but I was just competing it because you guys might end up just watching only your own face shape. So by making things darker, you create more of a shadow. By making things lighter, you're giving the illusion and things are more forward. So we want to, you know, let the strong features of our face come forward, and the, you know, the less likable features that we don't like, yeah, go a little bit backwards, you know, soften a little bit up. So with this face shape, yeah, like I said before in the beginning, I'm so intrigued by the draw line area. Like I just find that so interesting. Really just keep it simple with this, because it looks like a lot of things, but it's like with the other people, like I also applied a lot of cheekbones and a lot of, just really focus on the draw line and around like the hairline area. So sorry if I don't always get the correct words, because my first language is Dutch. Yeah, sometimes for me it's very hard to find the right word in English, because most likely makeup wise I talk a lot of Dutch. So in a while I'll get better with it. But okay, yeah. So add like darkness around this part, like I showed you over here. You can use a cream contouring for that. You can use a high-end one, or you can use a drugstore one. It really doesn't matter, as long as it's the right color for you. Like, don't go in too hard, especially around the hairline area, because then your hair will be like, girl, what is this all about? So stay away from extreme, you know, difference in colors. But like 2 or 3 shades darker than your own foundation is fine. It really depends on your own skin color, of course, but yeah, most likely like 2 or 3 shades, you'll be good to go. If you're doing it on a more daily basis and you don't want to go in with the whole like cream and stuff, that's also not good for your pores as well. Don't do that every single day. It's not good for your skin. You will get breakouts around this area, and girl, you don't want that. So you can also really do that with the foundation, translucent powder, and just like some bronzer, just some quick bronzer. Don't use too much glitter or anything or shine in that. Try to, you can even use a powder that's like a couple tins darker than your own face shape, and really just lightly, just go in lightly around these areas. And then if you think like, oh, I can handle a little bit more, then add it up. And then really see, okay, you know, then maybe even like translucent powder, go over it, over the harsh line. So, you know, it's like a natural shadow falling into your face. As well, if you have like longer hair, the hair will fall down around this area anyway. So, yeah, you can just strengthen it up with some contouring. But most likely with a, you know, a little bit bronzer day-to-day look, it will be, you know, already a big difference. If you have like a party with a lot of flashing or pictures or a photo shoot or anything in that direction, then go in with the like the cream contouring, because it really does make a difference on the result of the pictures. You can really inwards, as long as you don't really have a high hairline though. If your hairline is quite short, then add some lightness in the center of your face, because that gives this shadowing more strength. So like the nose bridge and the eye area and stuff, but stay away from this area. You can add some blush or a little bit bronzer as well over here, or a stronger lime, so you get the illusion that it goes inwards. But most likely to see a good difference, you can also as well just, you know, try this out and play around with it. And I'm gonna go on to the hard face shape now, so if you guys have any questions, please leave it down here in the comment section. Okay girls, so next up is the heart shaped face, and fifth one that I was talking about earlier on, with like the hairline going on. So as I said, you can see on this drawing that it is more of a heart shaped face. And the hairline, like I said, is really a big part of that. I just really want you guys to see what I mean with adding darkness and shadow to certain parts of the face, and why I do that. Okay, so a heart shape face has a lot of features. Like it goes in here, it comes back out, it goes back in the hairline area, and like over here as well. So that's like the heart shape. There's a lot of things going on, and you have to be careful with contouring, because you want to work in a certain way with the contour that you add to the face, complement the good parts, and you're not accentuating like the harsh part of your face. So it can most easily, like I said before, I'm a combination between diamond and hard. So that means that sometimes it goes a little bit different, like it comes in more over here, comes back out, like, you know, it's like just an overview. But if you do have like the hairline and stuff, then and the stronger chin area, then most likely you are in the hard section. So if you watched all the other 4 ones, then sorry, it sounds so boring because I say a lot of similar things in for every section, but because it's important to know, I think, well, I believe. So I started at the hairline area. So as you can see, it comes back down here and it goes all the way up. So to create a little bit more of an illusion that that's like less, if you have this, by the way, sometimes it's not even that noticeable. It's like start around here, you know, goes back here. But some people really do have like this part. So what you can do is add darkness to this part so it looks smaller. Or you can add, you know, like some eyeshadow to the hairline. But I'll show you guys that in another video, because now we're just going to talk about the contouring part. So as you can see, it goes in here. You see? It becomes smaller. So don't add darkness to that, because If you like dark colors, make things go inward, and lighter colors make things come forward to the face. So, you know, that's important. Leave this alone. You can even light it up a little bit. If you're adding highlight, add highlight here as well, like around this area, you know, if you want to go glam. It goes out here. So this part of the contouring, like don't go too low, because this already goes in. So come up with that. So if this one looks less strong, you can even use a lighter color. Go all the way down there, you know, around this area. I don't know what's up in my pen, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Right underneath the cheekbone. So, or maybe even on top. It really depends on how strong this area is. You can see it really comes out. Not as much as a diamond, because you can see at the diamond comes a lot of out and goes, you know, stronger inwards like this towards the chin. But it does. You do have strong cheekbones, and that's something that's a very feminine feature to have. The cheekbones. We all go hard with fillers these days as well. We don't need that, you know. You can use, you can maybe even add a little bit to that by lightening it up. But make sure that the cheekbone area, if you add darkness to this part, go just under or just on top of the cheekbone. Don't go too low with that. Okay, so this comes out a little bit again. It really depends. Sometimes it's very common that it goes softer. So it goes like, for example, like this. So there's no strong draw line, especially when you get a little bit older, it goes inwards, you know. So that really depends on how strong your chin is as well. You could choose to add a little bit shadow over here, so darker color over here, to make that a little bit less harsh, just to smoothen it all up. You can add, if it's the other way around, so it goes inwards pretty strong over here, so this is higher, like for example the diamond face, then don't do that. Don't add too much shadow to that, because it already goes in. Then you create the illusion that it goes in even more. So it's very, you know, you could do a little bit underneath the cheek area and then a little bit lighter on top of it. So you get more 3D effect, because of course this is like flat picture. It's very hard to show how to do it. But you know, when you're real face, you can like soften it up or make it more stronger by adding that dark color and maybe even a lighter color. Okay, so chin area. If you have like a stronger chin on this, you can also warm it up over here. Really just darken it up over here. So you get the illusion that it's a little bit less strong. But I like chins. I love chins. You can even add a little bit if you don't have that much, like a strong chin. So it goes around here. Then add light over here. Maybe even nose bridge. You can handle it. You can really just light it up in this area as well. That's also very nice, as long as you stay away from this part of your face, because this already goes in. So you want to give the illusion that it comes down a little bit more. You can add light over here, especially when you have dark circles underneath the eyes. Be careful if you have an extreme dry skin. Don't use, you know, too much powder or something underneath the eye area, because it's not gonna look cute. You can add a little bit light here, but that's all extra. If you want to do this on a daily basis, I would really recommend to not use the cream version of it, because it's just gonna clog your pores. You know, makes you break out, especially in this area and around the hairline. You can get like breakouts and stuff. So don't do it on a daily basis. And it doesn't really matter which brand you're using. It's not good for the skin if you just keep putting a lot of cake on it, literally. So you could go for a foundation and a translucent powder, or just any powder in your own color, and go in with a bronzer, or with a powder that's like 2 or 3 shades darker than your own foundation. Then you can add warmth and add that shadow to the face. You already have so many features in your face, so you don't really need that extra contouring like that much. But if you would like to contour your face more, to soften up certain areas, then I recommend to keep it in these areas. And as well highlight, you know, just highlight those cheekbones, because girl, you can be proud of that. It's really nice. And as well lightness here, so you get more stronger features, but make sure your shadow is not too low. Don't go in this area with your shadow. Really keep it up high. Add some blush even. Now it will be very good for your face shape. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to move on to the diamond face now. That's going to be the last face shape of today. If you have any questions, please, about the heart shape face, or maybe because you're a combination, you can't really figure out what to do now, please leave it down here below. So I will get back to you guys, or you can send me a picture to my email address so I can have a look, and maybe I can give you some I don't know, like some tips or ideas, you know, how to contour your face. But please don't go in too hard with this. Just really try it out. Just play around with it and add a little bit, and maybe even add a little bit more. Use a beauty blender if you using a cream products, then, because you can really soften up those lines. You don't want any harsh lines, but you want the shadow, create shadows in your face. So it's not going to look anything like this, like the harsh lines, but I just really want to make it sure that you guys get which parts to take. So girls, next up is the diamond face shape. So that's like the last one in this row. It's a bit different, but it's the same idea, and I'll explain you guys how and what to do with this face shape. Okay, it's most likely that's a combination with something else, like for example heart or oval or something. Like line is less harsh, or you know, this feature, but most likely about the heart diamond shape, it's most likely in this area where you will recognize it, because this can be all different, but this area is not likely the same. So the hairline is uneven. That means that some parts it will go down or up, or more inwards or backwards, anything. So with that said, it's like you really have to look at your hairline. For example, if you want it even or more evened out, it can even go back all the way here. It really just depends on your own personal hair as well. Like some people just have a lot of hair growth, other people have very thin hair in the area over here. But today we're going to talk about how to contour your face. So how to get all the best features out of your own face shape. So we're going to start at the hairline, like I said. It could be different for everybody, but most likely it's uneven. You can add, like I said, with the heart shape, heart face shape. You can like a bit eyeshadow in the same hair color to fill this up. But you can also as well add like shadow to the hairline. It gives the illusion that this part is less forward, like it comes less forward to the face. So that is something you can do. Really stay away from this area, and especially around here, because with darken it up, I mean, because it goes inwards already. You don't have that much space here already, so just keep it focused on top of your face, like around this area, but don't go and create shadows over here. Maybe if it goes back a lot, then yeah, add a little bit, but most likely just stay away from this part of the face, and maybe even light it up. You know, as you can see, they come in, so light it up a little bit to create like a little bit more depth. By the way, I've used this contour products, and it's so not good with paper. Like, but I just want you guys to see where I will place shadows and where I will maybe even light it up a little bit more, so you can try it out for yourself. Okay, so the cheekbones. Most likely cheek areas are pretty intense, and they're there. Like it comes from here and it comes out. So I think, like, you know, you can really do a lot with that. Like you can work with it or work against it. But for example, it's like the same with the heart face. I don't know if you guys watched that part of the video as well, but if you didn't, then what I was saying there was that don't go too deep with the contouring. So don't go in like too low, because it's just gonna accentuate this part coming forward more, and then this, because it's already naturally goes in over here. So why would you add more darkness to make it look like it goes in even further? You can, like, if you want this to pop out even more, on top or just under the cheekbone. So you can go with your finger, just go down here, and you feel like there's a bone under it. And then please add the shadowness, maybe even in a more straighter line than this, like this, just on top or just underneath. And it really is going to create the shadow in the right area. So it's gonna be more positive for your cheekbones. As well, you can light it up a little bit if you want to, of course. Like, you can even go down here, just light it up, because you don't have that much room here anyway. So light it up, place some highlight over there, that's all good, as long as you keep the shadowness part over here. You can still use some browns or go up a little bit, or maybe even a little bit down, but really try and keep like the shadowness in this area. Okay, so for the draw line, if you have a strong draw area, then add some shadow as well over here. Leave this part alone. Don't go in like go down all the way. No, leave that part alone. Let that come out because it's going inwards anyway. Add some bronzer over here. Like, add some shadow over here as well. Like, if this is the part, like if it is a part that you have like more of a cheekbone, because as you can see on this picture, most likely you don't have strong features like hard or square face. You don't. So if you add more darkness, it looks like it goes even like more inward. So, and then it gives more eccentric to this part of the face. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't. Okay, so the chin area. I love chins. Like I said before, I love a strong chin. It's like, I don't know, it does something. Like, I always love that part of the face as well. If you don't have a strong chin, what you could, like, for example, it really goes in like this direction, then add a little darkness here and a little darkness here, and light this area up. So you give that chin ideal. Even add a little bit darkness over here, so you really can give the illusion that it goes downwards as well. For this part, this comes down as well, most likely. So you want to add lightness here, maybe on a nose bridge. So you give like a longer idea over here, so it leaves this part more alone. As well, if you have long hair, or you know, then it goes over these parts as well. So you give like all the stronger features are in the center of the face. You can even add like a little bit lighting here. It really just depends on your hairline as well, and on this part of your face. So yeah, well, that's a nice drawing. What products can you use? I already talked about this with the other facial, but I'm gonna say it again because maybe you're only watching this part of the video. You can use cream contouring, so cream palette from a high-end or a drugstore. Make sure it's right shade though, like 2-3 shades darker than your own foundation. Don't go in too ham with too dark of a color in the beginning, you know, when you're first starting out contouring. As well, you have powder, of course, and you have the option to just use a bronzer or powder in a little bit darker color than your own face shape. That's something that I would recommend on a more daily routine, because if you go in with the cream and stuff every single day, you will get breakouts, I promise you, because it just clogs your pores and it just doesn't let the skin breathe. If you have a lot of trouble with breakouts, if you have a lot, you know, like you have like a more greasy type of skin, then I would definitely recommend the foundation on water base. So as a basis, like water based, and then a translucent powder, and then go in with more of a powder product, or more of a liquid tea, not too creamy. You know, you have a cream palette, but then you also have like a more liquid, type. You also have a more liquid type. Like for example, I have over here I have like the NYX HD. This is very, like, this is not that, you know, like harsh on the skin. It lets it breathe more, you know. And you have this in all type of colors, so you can also use something like this. But a green contouring palette is a little bit intense. Okay, so girls, thank you for watching. If you watch all the face shapes, like, thank you for watching the full video. And if you only watch this part, then I really hope that I helped you out. And if you have any questions, please leave it down here below. Send me an email if you want to. You can send me, like, you can tag me in a picture and maybe ask me something about your face shape. Or yeah, anything in that direction. I really enjoyed making this video, and if you like these type of videos with like a lot of information more personally devoted to either your face shape or your eye shapes or your skin types, then please let me know, because then I will in the near future. Yeah, it's a boring technical video, but I hope you guys really got the point why I made this video. And that you guys are more excited to start playing around with a little bit more of contouring, you know, and no do's and don'ts are for your type of face shape. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. Yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video as well. Bye.